So the next type of calculation functions are the logical functions. Logical functions. So with the help of these logical functions, we can able to perform the conditional evaluations. So if we want to evaluate the existing values based on any conditions, then we have to make use of this logical functions. So what is the meaning of conditional evaluations? Let's say for example you have three countries or you have three products. So if the let's say profit is more than 1 lakh, then you have to indicate those countries as huge, okay, or high. And if the profit is in between 1000 to 1 lakh, then we have to indicate those countries as medium. And if the profit is less than 1 lakh, sorry, less than 1000, then we need to indicate those countries as low. So depending on their values, we need to evaluate the countries based on these conditions. So these kind of evaluations are known as the conditional evaluations. So these conditional evaluations can be achieved with the help of these logical functions. So we have the different types of logical functions which will perform single conditional evaluation, conditional evaluation. So which is going to evaluate one condition at a time. So in the logical function, the first type of function is single condition evaluation, which is going to perform one condition at a time, and we have multi-conditional evaluation functions. Multi-conditional evaluation functions which is going to evaluate multiple conditions at a time. Okay, which they are going to evaluate multiple conditions at a time. So if we go to single condition evaluation, in single condition evaluation, we frequently make use of IF. So IF stands for if and only if. IF stands for if and only if. Okay, so it is going to evaluate only one condition at a time. So the syntax of IF is IF will take the condition. IF will take the condition. If this condition is true, then it is going to use then part. The condition is false, we have to take the else part. So IF syntax is very simple. IF of it will take the condition. If that condition is true, it is going to use us the then part. If that condition is false, it is going to use us the else part. So let me take one task. Let me take one task. We go to Superstore. Let's say, yes, for example, I am taking category, and I'm taking order quantity. Okay, here I would like to I'm seeing the category wise order quantity. So if the order quantity is more than 50,000, then we need to indicate all the categories as above target. If the order quantity is less than 50,000, then we need to indicate all the categories as below target. Okay, so here what we have to show is if the order quantity is more than 50,000, then we need to indicate those categories as above target, and if the order quantity is less than 50,000, then we need to indicate those categories as the below target. So how to indicate them with that above target or the below target? Okay, how to indicate them with the above target or the below target? So let's do that. So here, as we're indicating the categories, I'm creating a calculated field with the name KPIs. So basically, with the help of this logical function, we'll create the KPIs. What is KPI? KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator or Key Progress Indicator. So every organization will keep their strategic goals or will keep their targets in the form of these KPIs. So using if and only if, how to write the logic here. So if and only if of the condition, if and only if of the condition. So the condition is, if and only if of the condition is sum of order quantity. Sum of order quantity is greater than 50,000. If it is true, then we have to indicate as above target, and if it is less than that, then we have to indicate as below target. Then we have to indicate it as below target. Okay. So it is a logic. So this condition, sum of order quantity is true. If it is true, then it is going to give us as above target, and if it is false, it is going to give us as below target. So if and only if sum of order quantity is greater than 50,000, then we have to indicate it as above target, or else I would like to indicate it as below target. Okay, so I am dragging the KPI. So it is creating the KPI under the measures. So I am dragging the KPI and I'm dropping into text of the visualization. So see here. So we see here above the target we have only one category, and below the target here we have so many or multiple categories. Okay. So in this way, like we can able to indicate or just drag the KPI and drop it into text. Just extend this here. Here we can show the values like this as above target and below target. Okay. So next. Similarly, in my next task, I am taking country, and I'm taking country-wise sales. I'm taking country-wise sales. So here is in country-wise sales. So the country-wise sales is more than 5 lakhs. Okay, if the country-wise sales is more than 5 lakhs, then we need to indicate that country as high, and if it is less than 5 lakhs, then we need to indicate that country as normal. So I'm naming it as sales KPI. So if and only if sum of sales is more than 5 lakhs, then we have to indicate it as high, else we have to indicate it as normal. Okay, so click on apply and click on OK. So drag the sales KPI and drop it into color. So it is showing the high countries, so whose sales is, normal countries whose sales is less than 5 lakhs, and the high countries whose sales is more than 5 lakhs. Okay, so in this way, like we can able to evaluate the countries list. So let me take one more task. So now this time I'm taking category, and this time I'm taking year. Category and year, I'm taking order quantity. I'm taking order quantity. So now here I would like to indicate if the category wise order quantity is more than 10,000 in any year. In any year for any category, if the order quantity is more than 10,000, then we need to indicate all the categories in the green color. Else we need to indicate all the categories in the red color. So first we have to create a category field. So OQ KPI. So if and only if the sum of order quantity is greater than 10,000, then we have to indicate them in the green color. Just I'm taking G, else we have to indicate them in the red color. Okay, so just click on apply and click on OK. So once drag that OQ KPI, once drag this OQ KPI and drop it into color. So just go to edit colors. For green, select G, and for R, select red. Click on apply and click on OK. So now just go to text, click on the text, click on this, just bold it and just increase the font size, click on apply and click on OK. Okay, just fit width. Okay, we fit width, we can able to see, or fit height. Yeah, here we can able to see like which values are above the target and which ones are below the target with the color. So these kind of visualizations are called as spotlighting. Okay, these kind of visualizations are called as spotlighting visualizations. Here where we're highlighting the categories whose order count is more than the target in the green and remaining all the categories in the red. Okay, and the remaining all the categories in the red. So now I'm going to the next level. Instead of showing the values in the green or red, I would like to indicate all the values with the green tick mark and with the red cross. Okay, with the green tick mark and with the red cross. So I'm taking here and I'm taking category. So I'm taking the order quantity. So in the previous task, just I have taken what? Just I have taken the just I'm indicating the values in the color, either green or red. So instead of indicating the color, I would like to get some tick marks or some shapes like that with the green tick mark or the red cross like that. So just go to sheet. Okay, already we have that OQ KPI. So how to get those shapes? Mean just go to marks card. In the marks card, we're having an option called as shape. Just click on shape and drag our OQ KPI and drop it into shapes. Drag OQ KPI and drop it into shapes and just extend this. Okay, and just extend this. Okay, so after extending that, just go to OQ KPI. So the G means what? Above the target. Just indicate that with so in the shapes, like we can able to see all these default shapes. Okay, in the shapes here we can able to see all the default shapes. So all the default shapes are located in the shapes folder of the Tableau repository. We go to the shapes folder. If you go to the shapes folder, so if you go to the Tableau repository, in the Tableau repository we still have this shapes folder. In this folder, all the images are located. So if you want to place, we can place we can place our own images also. We have some default images, and even here I have added some extra images also. Okay, so from here I am seeing all these shapes. Just click on drop down and go to KPI. So for green, just click on green tick for R. Red click on for R. Click on red cross. Click on apply and click on OK. So now I don't want to show the values. So how to hide the values? If you want to hide the values, just click on the label and just uncheck show mark label. Just click on the label and check show mark label. Now here the Tableau is showing us what for all the categories. Tableau is showing us the shape or the indicator. So these kind of charts are known as scorecards. Okay, these kind of charts are known as the scorecards. So let me discuss one more task. In the next task, I am taking month and I am taking year and I am taking profit. So in any year, in any month, if the profit is more than 1 lakh, then we want to show with the green tick mark, else we want to show with the red cross, else with the red cross, even the values also. So this time I would like to show the indicator and the values also. So just create a calculated field with the name profit KPI. Just click on the condition of sum of profit. If it is more than 1 lakh, okay, then GSI. So once go to the marks tab and click on the shapes. Okay, so just drag that profit KPI and drop it into the shapes. Just click on drop down, go to edit shape, go to the shape palette, click on the shapes, click on apply and click on OK. So we can able to show the values and the KPIs like this. So if you want to increase the size of the indicators, just click on size and increase the size. Okay, so here, so the value is more than 1 lakh. Here Tableau is indicating with the green tick mark, else Tableau is indicating with the red cross. Next, let's say for example, I'm taking continent, and I'm taking year or customer segment I'm taking, and I'm taking sales. This time, like if the sale is more than 1 million, then I would like to indicate with one gaze chat. Okay, then I would like to indicate with one gaze chat. Okay, so with the value more than maximum, and if the value is less than that 1 million, I would like to indicate with the gaze chat where the gaze is showing only the 50% of the values. Okay, or I would like to show with that with the high intensity in the gaze chat. So how to get the gaze chats in Tableau? So if you go to show me, we don't have any chat which gives us the gaze, or if you go to marks card, we don't have any gaze chat. Okay. So how to get the gaze chat? So if you want to get the gaze chat, just we have to get the gaze images and we have to save them. After saving them, we have to place it into the Tableau repository shapes folder. So first get the required gauges. So just go to, we have one free site called as OptiExcel. We have one free site called as OptiExcel. We go to OptiExcel. Here we can able to create the required gauges. Okay, the required gauges. So, yeah, just go to the gauge creator. So here we can able to create our required gauges. Okay, so here we can able to give a required label. I'm giving the pleasant as on target. Okay, I'm taking it as a maximum. So I'm taking the shape as half round. Click on create guess. So it is taking more while or dig height. I'm taking my current value as 6500. Just click on create guess. Okay, so let me save it. Just simply right click on it, save image. So I'm saving into my Tableau repository folder. Just go to shapes. So here I'm creating one more folder. Here I'm creating one more folder. So gauge 1. In this folder, I'm giving the name as high. So just click on save, and I'm giving the value as low. Okay, and here I will take the current value. I'm taking the current value as 3000. So here I got the value 3000. That is low. Just right click on it, click on save. So low. Click on save. Okay. So here I would like to get the gauges in tab. So the sale value is more than 1 million. We have indicated high. So SKPI, sales KPI. So if and only if sum of sales is greater than 1 million, then high, else low. Okay, so just click on apply and click on OK. So once go to the shape palette, just drag this KPI and drop it into shapes. Just go to the edit shapes window. So we have placed that image in the gauge 1. So by default your Tableau is not showing that folder. You just have to reload the shapes. Just click on reload shapes. Now click on drop down again. Now here what you're seeing. Here you're seeing the gauge 1. So for high, just click on high and click on high one. Click on low and click on the low one. Just click on apply and click on OK. Just extend the values. Just drag it down. Click on size and increase the size. Okay, so now see here. So now just if you see it in the presentation mode, you can able to see for Africa it is low, for Asia it is high, for Australia it is low, for North America it is high, and here we're seeing the values associated with that. So the shapes folder is very powerful. We can able to get the gauge stats like this also. Okay. So next. In my next task, I would like to get, I'm taking continent and I'm taking department. So I would like to show continent wise, department wise margin. So what is margin? The margin formula is total profits by the margin equal to total profits by total sales. It is a margin formula. Okay. So let's calculate the margin. Okay, across all the departments and across all the continents. So I'm creating a calculated field with the name margin. So if and only if of I'm taking sum of profits divided by sum of sales. I'm taking sum of profits divided by sum of sales. So here we're dividing profit with the sale value. So the sale value is 0. here the sale value is 0, so if we divide with 0, it is infinity. If we divide anything with 0, it is infinity. So I'm taking here first, I'm checking one thing, if my sum of it is not equal to 0 or not. I'm taking if and only for sum of sales is not equal to 0. So if my sum of sales is not equal to 0, then I'm finding the margin. Okay, here first I'm checking whether my sum of sales value is not equal to 0 or not. If it is not equal to 0, then I'm finding the margin by dividing profit with sales. Else, if it is 0, if my sum of sales is 0, then it is going to give me the null. So I don't want null, just give me 0. Just click on apply and click on OK. So drag the margin and drop it into the text. So how to get the percentage? To get the percentage, right click on the margin, default properties, number format, go to percentage and just hit OK. So here we got all the percentages. Here we got all the percentages across the departments, components, and we are showing the respective margins. Okay. So now in my next task, I would like to show year. I would like to show year and I would like to show categories. So here I would like to show the margins only for the categories. Margins only for the categories whose sale is more than 10,000. The sale is more than 10,000, then show me the margin. So margin 1. So if and only if my sum of sales, if it is more than 10,000, then give me the margin. So how to get margin? Sum of profit divided by sum of sales. Else, then give me 0. Just click on apply and click on OK. So drag the margin 1 and drop into the text. So it is giving us the decimals, how to get the percentage. To get the percentage, just go to the right click on the margin, just go to default properties, number format, percentage, and just hit OK. Okay, percentage and just hit OK. So in all these tasks, just we have done only one condition evaluation. Okay, just we have done only one condition evaluation. So how to evaluate multiple conditions? How to evaluate multiple conditions? So to evaluate the multiple conditions, then we have to make use of two functions. We have to make use of two functions. Number one, if, either if or number two, case. Number one, if or number two, case. So what is its syntax? What is if syntax? So the if function will take the condition 1. If the condition 1 is true, then it is going to give us result 1. Next optionally it will take second condition, else if it is going to take the condition 2, else if condition 2, then result 2. In that way it is going to check n number of conditions. Else if condition 3, then the result 3. Next, else if condition 4, then the result 4. In that way it is going to check take the conditions. So else, if all the conditions are failing, so it will take till the condition n. So if all these conditions are failing, even optionally it will take else other. Okay, optional will take other. So let me end this. So it is the syntax of the if statement. Okay. So now let's try to evaluate multiple conditions. Now let's try to evaluate multiple conditions. I'm taking country. Okay, if the country profit is more than 1 lakh, if the country profit is more than 1 lakh, then we have to indicate with the high. If it is in between 1000 to 1 lakh, then it is normal. If it is less than 1 lakh, then we have to indicate it as low. So just create a calculated field with the name profit KPI and write the condition if sum of profit, if it is greater than 1 lakh, then high, else if my sum of profit is greater than or equal to 1000 and sum of profit is less than or equal to 1 lakh, then I would like to indicate as normal. Else, I'm taking else low. These two conditions are failing, it is going to just be the low value. Okay, so just click on apply and just click on OK. So drag the profit KPI and drop it into color. So it is taking only high and normal. It means we don't have any low countries. So let's say P underscore KPI. Let's say for example I'm having the value of 5 lakhs. So how Tableau going to evaluate 5 lakhs? So first this 5 lakhs is going to evaluate with the first condition. What is the first condition? Sum of profit, which means 5 lakhs is greater than 1 lakh. True or false? Yes, true. Then automatically it is going to indicate this value what high. And let's say I'm having values 50,000. So if I have 50,000, so 50,000 greater than 1 lakh. True or false? False. So the first condition is failing. Next it is going to come by the second condition. So 50,000 greater than 1,000. Okay, yes, the first condition is satisfying, and what the second condition? 50,000 less than 1 lakh. Yes. So if both the conditions are satisfying, then it is going to give the output as normal. If I have 5,000, or let's say 500. If I have 500, so 500 is greater than 1 lakh. True or false? The first condition is failing. Next, 500 is greater than 1,000. So here also the second condition is failing. So if both the conditions are failing, here at 500 is going to use what? The else block. So else is also optional. It is not mandatory. If you don't specify anything, it is going to give us null. But for the if, mandatory are the end keyword. If you miss the end keyword, Tableau is going to give us the error stating that expected end. So end is mandatory for the if statement. So similarly, if you want to build the scorecards, you can take the scorecards. So I'm taking order date and I'm taking month. I'm taking month and I'm taking profits. I'm taking profits. So if the profit is more than 1 lakh, then I would like to indicate with the green tick mark. If the profit is in between 0 and 1 lakh, then I would like to indicate with the orange line. And if the profit is negative, I would like to indicate with the red cross. So I'm creating a calculated field with the name P underscore KPI 2. So if sum of profit is greater than 1 lakh, then I would like to indicate with green. Else if sum of profit is greater than or equal to 0, and sum of profit is less than or equal to 1 lakh, then O else R. So G means green, O means orange, R means red. Just for easy identification, I have taken the outcome like this. And also in the if statement, one important note point is, so in the first return or in the first result, I have taken string, and the second result, in the second result, if I take number, let's say for example I'm taking 2. Let's say for example here I'm taking 2, number 2. So if I take here number 2, here Tableau is giving us the error. Once you see the error, so it is stating that expected type string but found integer. So it means in the first result, Tableau is giving us the string, but in the second result, Tableau is giving us what number. So as we are creating a one field, the field will exist as either string or number, but we cannot give two data types for the single field. Okay, so always the result type should be of the single data type. We cannot take multiple data types. We cannot take multiple data types. So just click on apply and click on OK. Drag just in the marks card, click on shape. Okay, drag the PKPI and drop it into shapes. Just extend this. Okay, so in the PKPI to just go to edit shape. Just go to shape file and just go to KPI. For green, assign green tick mark. For red, assign red cross. And just go to the other KPIs. Just indicate with the orange line. Click on apply and click on OK. Okay, yes, now you're indicating with the three scorecards, with the green tick, with the red cross, and with the orange. So all the negatives with the red cross, all the positives with the green tick mark. Okay. So similarly, I would like to get the multiple gauge charts for all the, let's say for example, I'm taking continent and I'm taking the customer segment. I'm taking the continent and I'm taking the customer segment. Okay, and I'm taking, let's say, sales. So the sale is more than 1 million. Then I would like to indicate with the as level 1. The sale is in between 1 lakh to 1 million. Then I would like to indicate with the level 2. The sale is less than 1 lakh. Then I would like to indicate with the level 3 gauge. Okay, level 3 gauges in the form of the gauge chart. So already I'm having those gauges. Okay, so already I'm having those gauges in my Tableau repository. Just if you see here, yeah, here I'm having the level 1 gauge and I'm having the level 2 gauge. Okay, and even I'm having the level 3 gauge. Okay, so I would like to indicate this 3 gauges. So L1, L2 and L3. So just create a calculated field with the name sales KPI 2. So I'm taking the condition if my sum of sales is greater than 1 million, then it will take L3. Else if sum of sales is greater than or equal to 1 lakh, sum of sales is less than or equal to 1 million, then level 2, else level 3. Let me end this. So click on apply and click on OK. So now click on the shapes in the marks card. Just drag SKPI2 and drop it into shapes. So just go to the shapes. So here instead of taking your 1 lakh, here it is giving me only level 2 and level 3. So just here I'm taking my least value as 5 lakhs, between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, level 2, else level 3. Click on apply, click on OK. Still we got only 2. So you're having this, I think it is not checking properly. So just go to sales KPI 2. Okay, yeah, I think you are taking L3, but it is L1. It's not L3, just are taking the same value. It is L1. Click on apply and click on OK. Yeah, now here we got all the 3 levels, L1, L2 and L3. So just go to edit shape. Now just go to default shapes. Just go to the gauges. So just for level L1, just click on L1 and just click on the level 1. Just I'm confirming. Just click on size and increase the size. Yeah, it is level. I think it's not the correct one. Let me remove the unwanted shapes from shapes folder. I'm having some other shapes. Just go to shapes. Just go to the gauges. Let me remove these unwanted shapes. Okay. So once again, let me click on reload shapes to get the new, only the 3 levels. Click on reload shapes. So just click on drop down and click on gauges. So just for L1, click on the level 1. For L2, click on the level 2. For L3, click on the level 3. Click on apply and click on OK. Yes. So now here we go to see level. I think it is showing level 2 with level 3. So let me confirm with the level 1. Yes, if the sale value is less than 5 lakhs, it is level 1. It is showing with the level 1. Okay. So just here I'm displaced L2 with L3. It is L3 and it is L2. Just click on apply and click on OK. Yeah, the sale value is more than 1 million. The sale value is more than 1 million, then we have to show with the level 3. So here we're having level 3 and in fact level 3. And the sale value is in between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, then level 2. Yes, here I'm having the level 2. Yes. Okay, so here we got the perfect gauge chart. So even we can able to pass the multiple conditions and we can able to check the multiple gauges. Next. So these are the basic level or this is the first level of the condition evaluations. In my next task, so let's say for example if I drag the continent, what continent will show? Continent will show only the continent values, right? But I want some dynamic dimension. I want some dynamic dimension in Tableau. Whereas if I click on any dimension, I would like to show only that dimension values in the visualization. So let's say for example the parameter I'm adding, in the parameter I'm adding continent Continent I'm adding, next I'm adding customer segment, CS means customer segment, and next I'm adding region, R means region. Okay, so I'm showing the parameter. So in the dimension, if I click on continent, then I would like to show only continent values. If I click on customer segment, then I would like to show only customer segment. If I click on region, then I would like to show the region values dynamically. Depending on my selection, here I would like to make my field dynamic. So how to make the field dynamic depending on the selection? So just create a calculated field with the name dynamic select, with the name dynamic dimension, and the formula take if dimension equal to, if parameter dimension equal to continent, then give me the continent values. Else if the dimension equal to CS customer segment, then give me the customer segment values. Else if dimension equal to R, then give me the region values. Else if you don't have any selection, else no value. Let me end this. So just click on apply and click on OK. So instead of taking this continent field, I will take the dynamic dimension. So I'm on the dynamic dimension here, just drag the dynamic dimension. See, if I click on R, it is showing no value. Why it is showing no value for R? Let me check for the other dimension. If I click on continent, it is showing us the continent. If I click on CS customer segment, it is showing us the customer segment. Whereas if I click
Is
on
it case
R,
sensitive as well?
exactly. That's what I have to make sure here. Okay. The parameter evaluation is case sensitive. Okay. Always the parameter evaluation in Tableau is case sensitive. Just click on apply and click on OK. Now here Tableau is showing us what the region values. In the similar way, I would like to get the dynamic dates. So I'm having a parameter with the name date. So I'm taking string, I'm taking year, I'm taking quarter, I'm taking month, I'm taking week, and I'm taking day. So if I select Y, then I would like to get year. If I select Q, then I would like to get quarter. If I select M, then I would like to get month. So everything I want in the form of strings. Okay. So for month, I would like to get the month name, and for quarter, I would like to get the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and year normally in the form of integers only. And for the day also, I would like to get in the form of integers only. So how to get in that way? So just create a calculated field with the name dynamic date. So in the formula take if date equal to year, then how to get year? We can get year in multiple ways, but as we want everything in the form of string, so remember if all the results should be in the same data type. So I'm taking date name of year comma order date. So it is going to extract the year from the order date. Else if date equal to quarter, then date name of quarter comma order date. Next, else if it is month, just I'm copying for timing. So if it is month, then we have to give out date name of month comma order date. If it is week, then we have to get week of or a date, and if it is day, then I would like to get the day of holiday. So just we have to end this, just amending this. So just click on apply and click on OK. So now once drag the dynamic date and drop it into the columns. So just show the date parameter. So the date parameter here, what I'm having here, let me click on quarter. If you click on quarter, by default, what date name will extract like 1 to 3, 4. So how to get Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 like that. So just go to the dynamic date, just go to edit here, and here take. So here how to get Q before the quarter. This date name is extracting what 1 to 3, 4. So how to get like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Just before this add Q. Just before this add Q, okay? If I add Q before that, now it is going to show me like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Similarly here before week, just add W. Just add W. So just click on apply and click on. So now it's here. If I click on quarter, it's showing what Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. If you click on month, it's showing all the month names. If I click on week, it is showing all the weeks. If you click on day, it is going to show me okay all the days. So similarly, I would like to get the dynamic measure also. So I am creating a parameter with the name measure. I am taking the type as string, values as list, and here I am taking sales, profit, and discount. So if I select any, if I perform any selection, then I would like to get those values. So I am creating a calculated field with the name dynamic measure. So in the formula, if measure equal to sales, yes, then sum of sales. Else if measure equal to profit, then sum of profit. Else if measure equal to discount, then I'm taking other aggregation, average of discount. Okay, so else 0. If I don't have anything, just display 0. Let me end this. So just click on apply and click on OK. So I'm taking dynamic measure. The parameter, let me show the measure. So here what we're showing region year-wise sales. Let me select profit. We're showing region year-wise profits. Next region year-wise discount. So how to get here we cannot get the percentages, okay? Because if you change it, it will automatically change to the complete visualization. Okay, so it is one of the perfect example for the real-time task. In real time, in most of the cases, we will show the dynamic fields in one single chart. Okay, so it's all about the single and the multiple condition evaluations. And if we go to the logical functions, we have some other functions to handle nulls. They are if null, comma is null. Okay, if null, comma is null. So these two functions are used to handle the nulls in Tableau. These two functions are used to handle the nulls in Tableau. So what if null going to do? What if null going to do? So if null takes two expressions, expression 1 comma expression 2. If the expression 1 is null, it return expression 2. If the expression 1 is not null, it will display expression 1 as it is. And we have one more function called as is null. So what is null will do? Is null will take the input as expression Is null will take the input as expression. If the expression is null, it returns true, else it returns false. Okay, is null. In Tableau, any function starting with is a Boolean function. Let's say, for example, I'm having product and I'm having sum of sales. I'm having sum of sales. So I'm having product A and the value is 100. Product B, the value is 200. Product C, the value is 300. Product D null. Product E null. And product F fine. So I'm having the values like this. So here if you take if null of sum of sales comma 0. So here what if null going to do is if null going to check whether sum of sales is null or not. If I'm having null, it is going to replace that null with our required value. If I take here 100, if I take here 0, it is going to replace that with 0. If you take here 100, it is going to replace with 100. But here both the expressions of same data type. Here both the expressions should be of same data type. So here it is going to show me 100, next 200, next 300, next for D 0, next for E 0, and for F it is 500. If you take E is null of sum of sales, so just E is null going to check whether sum of sales is null or not. If it is null, it returns true, else it returns false. So in the first row we are having say null, so it is not null, so it is false. Next again false. Next again false. Next true. Next true. Next again false. So in this way the is null going to work. So these are the different logical functions available in Tableau. If you go to Tableau, go to analysis. So we go to the logical. These are the different logical functions available. So in fact I forgot one thing, case. So even the case is used to perform the multi-condition evaluation. So what the case will do? The case will take the expression. So this expression will be compared with the value. So case expression when value 1. So if the expression is matching with the value 1, then it is going to give us the result 1. Okay, when value 2, then it is going to give us the result 2. Okay, where here this is optional. In case, so it is optional, and again when value 3, then the result 3, and that will continue till n. Continue till n. Next when value n, then the result n, else other. Let me end this. Just I'm ending this. Okay, now just go to Tableau, create a new sheet. So just I would like to extract the quarter names, guys. Okay, I would like to extract the quarter names using the case. So if you take date part or date name, it is going to extract in terms of numbers only. So I'm taking the date name of quarter comma order date. If I take this, I'm going to extract like 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I'm taking the expression case the quarter. When 1, if the expression equal to 1, then give me Q1. Next when 2, then Q2. When 3, then Q3, when 4, then Q4. Okay, else no value, let me end this. So it is giving the error. Let me check the error. Why it is giving the error? So expected type string, so found integer. So we have to put the expression of integer. I'm taking date part of. Okay. So just click on here. It is the expression. The expression we are comparing with what? If you take here date name as the date name going to use in terms of string, but if you take here the input value as one means one is string, other is number. So both we cannot compare. So that's why it is giving the error. So I'm taking date part. Just click on apply and click on OK. So drag the quarter names and drop it into the rows. So here what Tableau is giving us like Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. So these are the different logical functions. Let's walk through to the logical functions. If we go to logical, we know about and, case, else. Okay, else if and if null, if and all if, is null, max, min, not. So all these are the different logical functions available. Okay. So next, see some functions are part of, if you take if, so this if else or this else if is part of this if statement one, and if you take this when, okay, it is part of the case statement one. Just has given us all the keywords, where we're using, in one function, and if you take the if, okay, this then is part of the if. So all the logical keywords they are mentioned here. So any question on logical functions, guys? Any questions on logical functions?
Prajwal, if it is not logical functions, I have another doubt to ask.
Yeah, yes.
See, sometimes I am trying to hide the sheet when I am making the dashboard. After making the dashboard, I am trying to hide the sheet, but hide option is not seen. In which scenario it will not be seen?
No, actually to hide the sheets, like we will use some mechanism using the parameter and the filter,
Okay.
where like we'll pass one string and we'll compare the string value with the parameter. If it is matching, then it will show that a sheet in the dashboard, else it will hide that sheet. So those dashboards are called as the sheet selected dashboards. Only showing the required,
Okay.
only showing the required sheets. In the dashboards, I will show all those stuff.
Okay, fine. There is one more thing, like when we are, downloading this TWX file from internet for practice purpose. Is there any way we can see the XLS file or a data document of,
Yeah,
details of the document?
just simply you have to unpack that .twx file.
Okay.
So
Okay.
wait, I will show how to unpack that means.
Yeah.
Here, for example, I'm having here one workbook. Okay, so it is
Yeah.
a .twx file. How to unpack this means just simply right click on this, and if you right click on this, you will enable to see one option called as unpackage. Just click
Yes.
on unpackage. If you click on unpackage, Tableau going to create two folders. One is for the data, and the other is to show the workbook. Yes, see here. Here I'm seeing this B265 data.
Yeah.
If you go to the data, see the data extract. In this data folder, it is going to place this data extract file. Okay. Just you have to unpack that. If you unpack it, it is going to create two folders. One folder is to show the data, and the other folder is to show the workbook.
Okay.
Basically, the .twbx is a combination of .twb plus local data files. Okay, this local data files Tableau will enclose in one folder. I'll show you again. So I'm taking this .dwx, I'm copying it and I'm going to one folder. So this folder is empty, okay? So I'm pasting it here. After pasting it, so just I'm unpacking it, right? Just right click on unpackage. I think this folder is not accepting because it is the tab repository folders. No.
Yeah, sometimes I have also faced the same problem. Sometimes it unpacks, sometimes it doesn't.
No, actually it will unpack the problems on the tab repository folder. Things unpack. Just go there. Yes, here. Here we got 3 folders.
Okay,
If you
okay.
go to that folder, we can able to see the date. Okay, so any other questions?
One final question I have, Rajat.
Yeah.
When we are putting a filter,
Hmm.
in one scenario, what I need to have it is, I need to get the count of the filter options, how many we have selected. For example, countries if we have it. So depending on, for example, if US and Nairobi has been selected, so it has to show me the count of that selected option. So is there any way to catch that selected items count from the filter?
Yes, actually, let's say for example, I'm taking continent. Okay, I'm selecting
Okay.
Asia and Europe. Click on
Yeah.
apply, click on OK. So now I have selected 2 values, right, out of 6 values. So just right click on it, click on show filter. If
Yeah.
you click on show filter, just go to the filter and click on multiple value drop down. It's not showing. Let's move on. Let's say for example Africa. It should show for multiple value list. And the quick filter will show, okay, if you select 2 values, it will show that expression here.
Yeah. The thing is now if you go to the multiple selection checkbox, so here not this
Mhm.
another one.
Yes.
Yeah, here the count is now 1.
Yeah,
Now it is
number
2.
1.
Like
Yes.
that I need the number of
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
In the quick filter, the Tableau will show that count. Like in the here below to the screen, Tableau will
yeah.
show like how many items were selected here.
Okay. Is there any default function for that, or we need to make any calculative field for that?
No calculation for that. I think it will show. I need to restart my machine box.
Okay, okay,
If I restart it, then it will show.
okay. Tomorrow we can see. That's not an issue.
Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, I
I will.
think I
Okay, fine.
have to restart my
I
machine.
have tried it actually. I tried it, but I couldn't able to solve it.
Okay. I'll show you that. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, like I'm sending an invite like for the morning session. I mean your evening session at
Yeah.
7:30. Sir, let me know. 8 p.m. your time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
8 p.m. your time and 9:30 a.m. for EST.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm continuing the class, okay? I'll continue for another half an hour.
Okay, sir, no problem.
All
I'll
right.
just check and letting you know.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, so after the logical function, the next type of function is aggregate function. So you people know about the aggregates, but before applying any aggregate function, we're having few roles. We should know about those roles. For aggregate functions, we should know about those roles. The first rule is we cannot place one aggregation on the other aggregation on the other aggregate function. What does it mean? It means like if you want to take, already we're having sum of sales, and if you want to take average on it, we take average of sum of sales. If you take average of sum of sales, then it is invalid. Okay. So if you take average of sum of sales, it is invalid. I will show you that. So just go to calculation field window. Just let me take average. I'm giving some name as average. I'm taking average of sum of sales. So now here Tableau going to throw an error. Once check the error. Argument to average is already an aggregation. So it means argument to average is what sum of sales. So we cannot further aggregate that. It cannot be further aggregated. So it means we cannot take one aggregation over the other aggregation. Next, the rule number two is just simply this. I will take my chart here. Next, the rule number two is we cannot combine aggregates and non-aggregates. We cannot combine aggregate fields and non-aggregate fields. We cannot combine aggregate fields and the non-aggregate fields. So what does it mean? If you try to compare sum of sales, with profit, it is invalid because sum of sales is aggregated, and profit is non-aggregated. So we cannot combine the sales, which means your sales is aggregated and profit, which is the non-aggregated. Let's say, for example, I'm taking here sum of sales. Just go to Tableau. I'm taking a sum of sales into take here profit. So sum of sales is the aggregated field and profit is the non-aggregated field. Tableau is throwing the error. So the error cannot mix aggregates and the non-aggregates. So sum of sales is aggregated and profit is non-aggregated. Whereas the rule number three is we can combine aggregate fields with constants and with constants and another aggregate fields. So it means we try to combine sum of sales with sum of profit. Sum of sales, sum of profit. So if both are the aggregated fields, now here the calculation is valid. Whereas if we try to take sum of sales into 7, what is 7? 7 being the constant value, again the calculation is valid. Okay. Next rule. Next, we cannot evaluate aggregates with non-aggregates. aggregates with non-aggregates. It means if you try to take max of sum of sales, comma profit. If you want to find out the maximum value of the total sales and the profit, it is invalid. Whereas we can evaluate aggregates with other aggregates. It means if we take max of sum of profit, comma sum of sales, it is valid. If we take max of sum of sales, comma sum of profit, it is valid. So just go to Tableau. Now I'm taking sum of sales, comma sum of profit, and we take max of this, So here we can able to evaluate the maximum value of sales and profit, which is valid. Whereas if we take max of sum of sales, comma profit, it is invalid. Okay, so these are the 5 rules. So let me recap the 5 rules again. The first rule is we cannot place one aggregation on the other aggregate function. It means we cannot perform nesting on the aggregations. Next, the rule number 2 is we cannot combine aggregates with the non-aggregate fields. And the rule number 3 is we can combine aggregates with the constants and other aggregated fields. And rule number 4 is we cannot evaluate aggregates with the non-aggregates. And the rule number 5 is we can evaluate aggregates with the other aggregated fields. So we know about the if you go to the aggregate functions, we have the different types of aggregates. We have the different types of aggregate functions like average, count, county, and here we're seeing some new functions like fixer, include, exclude. These 3 are the new functions from Tableau 9 and the most important functions. These 3 functions are also called as LODs. These 3 functions are also called as LODs. So first let's start with the first basic thing. So if you drag and drop any measure, let's say for example, I am taking continent and I am taking sales. So what Tableau will take? Tableau automatically takes what the default aggregation, which is sum. So Tableau will show us what sum of sales. So how to get average sales? Again, we have to take the same sales field and we have to right click on it and we have to go to the measure. We have to change the aggregation to average. So now in this way we have to change the aggregation on a single field. So if you want to store average sales, max sales and min sales in the separate fields, then we have to create those. So how to get average sales? Create a calculated field, the name average sales. So just take average of sales, click on apply and click on OK. So now I'm having the average of sales in my measures. Once drag the average of sales and drop it into the columns. Now here I'm dragging the average of sales. So if we drag and drop any measure, what Tableau will take aggregation, right? Like it's sum or average. But this time here what Tableau is taking AGG. Here what does AGG indicates? This AGG is defining that already this field is aggregated and we cannot further aggregate this field. Because if we go to the average sales, okay, see the form is average of sales. So which defines that field is already aggregated, so we cannot further aggregate that. So next, if we want to get the max sales or min sales, just max sales. How to get max sales? Take max of sales. Click on apply and click on OK. So drag the max sales and drop it into columns. Next, how to get the min sales? Okay, for this max sales already Tableau has taken out AGG. So take min of sales, click on apply and click on OK. See for average sales, max sales and min sales here just Tableau has taken the AGG. So which indicates the field is already aggregated and we cannot further aggregate that field. So next, we have two more functions, count and count D. So count D stands for count distinct. So count going to count all the values, even though if the values are repeating, count going to count all the values. Okay, let's say for example here I'm having 300. So if we take a count of sales, here what Tableau going to do here? Tableau going to count all the values. Okay, so like 100, 200, 300. What about nulls? Okay, the count and the count distinct function ignore the null values. They won't count. Count and count distinct function, they're going to ignore the nulls. So here the count is 4. Here the count is 4. And if I take here count D of sales, then it is going to get the count of the distinct sales. So what is the count of distinct sales? So here we have only 3 distinct values. So here D standard distinct. So as we are having 3 values, so the count is 3. As we were having 3 values, the count is 3. So in this way, the count and the count distinct function going to work. So next, we go to the aggregates. Like I will discuss this fixed, include and exclude in the separate scenario called as LODs, because it is called separate scenario, and median. So what median will do? Median will find out the midpoint of all our observations. So let's say for example, I would like to find out the median sales for every customer in Superstore. So I'm creating a calculator field named median sales. Just take one median of sales. Click on apply and click on OK. So just drag the customer. So just take the median sales and drop it into columns. Drag median sales and drop it into columns. Now it is giving us the median sale for every customer. Okay, just it is giving us the median sale for every customer. And if you go to the aggregates, we have some other functions like percentile, okay, standard deviation and standard deviation population. VAR means variance and variance population. I will discuss these 5 functions along with the table calculations. If you go to the Tableau, the last type of calculations are the table calculations. So in the table calculations, we have the functions like window underscore standard deviation, window underscore variance, and the rank underscore percentile. I'll discuss the percentile, variance, and the standard deviation functions along with the table calculations. And in the aggregates, we'll have with only one function, that is ATTR. So what is ATTR? So the most important function in the aggregates is ATTR. ATTR stands for attribute function. So what ATTR will do? ATTR, it is used to aggregate the dimensions. So in the aggregation, what is one primary rule? One primary rule is we cannot combine the aggregates and the non-aggregates. Right? So when we can able to combine if both are aggregate fields. So in real time, there might be some cases where we need to combine both the dimension and the aggregation in one single calculation. In those cases, we have to convert both the fields to aggregates. So I'll discuss one task like that. So I would like to show continent wise, or let's say the region wise margins. How to get the region wise margins? So just go to Tableau. Already I'm having the margin field. I'll show that. So just drag the region and just drag the margin and drop it into columns. So it is showing us the region wise margins. Here what I would like to do is, okay, for the region having the least margin, I would like to double the value. I would like to double the margin for the region having the least margin, and for the remaining regions I would like to show the value as it is. Okay, so how to double the margin for the region having the least margin? So here the south is having the least margin, so I would like to double this value. So how to double this value? Just create a calculated field with the name modified margin. So if region equals to south, then we have to double the margin, right? So then we have to take out margin into 2, else we have to take out margin. And let me end this. So for the south region, just I'm doubling the margin. So what is margin formula? The margin formula is total profit. So sum of profits divided by sum of sales. So if we take this calculation here, Tableau is giving us the error. Once check the error. Cannot mix aggregates and the non-aggregates. So then how to mix aggregates and non-aggregates? So margin is the aggregated field and region is the non-aggregated field. So here either we have to convert this logic to, either we have to convert this here both the fields to non-aggregates or both the fields to aggregates. So as the margin requires the aggregate formula, we cannot convert margin to non-aggregate. So only we need to convert this region to aggregate. So how to aggregate dimensions? To aggregate dimensions, we have to make use of ATTR function. We have to make use of ATTR function. If we take ATTR of region, now it is giving valid. So when the calculation is valid, if both the functions are giving the aggregates, so it means this ATTR is aggregating the region. So click on apply and click on OK. So now once drag the modified margin and drop it into columns. So here how to get the percentage? Right click on the modified margin, default properties, number format, percentage, just hit OK. So now it is giving us the percentage. This is for south, it is modifying to double. So it is one use case of ATTR. So one use case of ATTR is used to aggregate the dimensions. But what is the actual behavior of ATTR? If you take the syntax of ATTR, so what ATTR will do means ATTR will take the input expression. So if the input expression, if the min of the input expression, if min of the input expression equals to the max of the input expression, then it is going to give us min of the input expression. Else it returns star. It is a behavior of ATTR. Okay. So what is the behavior of ATTR means? If min of the input expression equal to the max of the input expression, then it is going to give us the min of the expression. Else it is going to use a star. So what does it mean? If the input expression contains the unique value or one value, then it is going to return that value. Else it is going to return star. So let me explain this with an example. Let's say, for example, I'm taking some data, guys. I'm taking some data. I'm creating a text file. So sample. So I'm taking product and I'm taking sales. I'm taking A100, B100. Okay, the ATTR can be applied on the measures also. We can take the ATTR function on the measures also. So now I'll connect to this data. Just go to Tableau, connect to it, text file. So it is there in my desktop. Example, click on open. Just get a sheet. So now here I'm taking here ATTR. I'm taking ATTR of, let's say for example, product I'm taking. So just click on apply and click on OK. Now if we drag the ATTR, A Tableau is giving a star. Just observe carefully why it is giving a star. So in the product here, how many products we're having? In the products here, we're having 2 products. So what is the min of product? So on the string field or on the character field, if I take min, Tableau going to give us the minimum value depending on the asking. So the minimum value is A, and if I take max of product, the max of product value is B. So A equal to B, A is not equal to B. So if it is not matching, what ADT are going to use us? ADT are going to use us the star. Okay, where if A equal to A, then it is going to give us the minimum expression, which is A. So just here, I'm taking here another A. Just click on save. So I'm refreshing my data source. So now it is giving us what? A. Why it is giving us A? If we take here A, so the min is A and the max is also A. So both min and max are same, so it is going to give us the minimum value, which is A. So one simple logic is ATTR gives the or ATTR it returns the value if you have the unique value or if you have single value. If you have more than one value, then ATTR returns star. So these are the different types of aggregate functions, but here I haven't discussed LODs. LODs I'll discuss in a separate scenario. Okay, so we're left with only 2 types of calculations. They are they are the user and the table calculations. So the user functions comes in server, and in the evening session, in your morning session, I'm going to discuss about or I'll start the table calculations. Okay, guys. So we'll meet in the evening, guys. Thank you.
So Prajwal, in the previous example,
Yeah.
you used attribute of reason, right?
Yes.
So it will give a star, right?
No, here if you go to the previous task, I have taken ATTR region equal to south. So with the south, we have only one region, right?
No, region has east, south. No. Okay.
No, here we are performing the evaluations, right? If you take the region equal to south, okay. So with the south, how many we are having? With the south, just for having only one value, so it will take that value and it is going to aggregate that dimension.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So any other questions?